I can hear myself. I can see myself. Okay. Well, this is so awkward. Hello. Okay, that's too much, Kendra. Calm down. Hi. How do people start their YouTube channels? Hi. No. Hello. Anyway, hi. My name is Kendra. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I have been putting this off for a very, very long time because it's uncomfortable being on camera, but cheers to doing things that make you uncomfortable. I wanted my first video to be highlighting the good of 2020. We all know that this year has been a hot mess. It has been insane. It has been crazy. It has been painful. It's been all the things, right? However, I do think there are just like nuggets and lessons and perspectives that we all gained this year that I don't want us to miss, that I don't want us to rush past. So I created this workbook called SAVOR 2020, and it's just tons and tons of questions to help you process and make sense of this year. And so what hopes and dreams did you have this year? You know, what did you learn from conflict? What were your proudest moments? Questions like that. And so I'm actually going to answer some of those questions, just like highlighting and sharing my own journey of 2020. So my hopes and dreams coming into 2020 were to start a business. December of 2019, a week before Christmas, I got laid off from my job. The entire marketing department got laid off. And so, of course, I'm like, what do I do? You know, what's next? And I've been doing freelance videography for the last few years and, you know, working in-house at different organizations. And so I thought maybe it's time that I like step out and like start my own business. And I started meeting people who offered to help me with my business plan, my website redesign. I started prospecting for clients, and I was just so excited. Like, okay, I'm finally going to do this. I'm gonna do all the things, right? And then COVID happens. And so of course you're just like freaking out. You don't know what to do. It feels like the world's ending. A couple of friends and I decided to like go camping right before they shut California down. So we got out of Dodge for like 2 weeks just to see what would happen, what is happening.
Jake's making breakfast this morning. Look at her go. We're in Kernville. See, look, water. See, look, water.
I know, in the edit I'll cut to it more smoothly. See, look, water! Does that help? While camping, I obviously had a ton of time to just reflect and like ask those big questions of like, what is my purpose, and do I really want to start a business centered around offering video services? And so I wrestled with that pretty much this entire year. That was in March, and it wasn't until October where I feel like I got some type of clarity, which I will share in a couple questions from now, so stay tuned. I did a short documentary on this guy named Wella. He's an artist, a designer in LA. He's co-founder of Kids of Immigrants, and just like really great guy. I mean, just really loved his work, really loved his just dedication to the craft. And so I approached him and was like, hey, I'd love to tell your story, highlight your artistic process. And so we got the ball rolling, and I loved that the story morphed from, oh, this is just a video about like your artistic process, to like, oh, this is really a story about someone who chose a different path and what was expected of them.
It sounds funny, but thinking about it, it was this whole stereotypical thing. I think Dave Chappelle said, like, you know, you learn to play basketball or entertain or dance or something. It was a joke, but it was very real to me. I was like, that was the only way I thought I could be something or be somebody.
I think I'm most proud of that project because, you know, for years I've been doing work for clients and, you know, meshing, you know, their vision with mine, but this was just solely like my vision from beginning to end. And honestly, I was just really proud of myself for just pursuing those passion projects that we don't always have time for or even like the resources for. Ooh, I would say coming of age. One, that is just my favorite genre of movies. I just connect with those stories a lot. A lot of the lies and the thought patterns of, doubt, thought patterns tied to fear, I think were completely exposed this year. And so I was able to just face what are those things that are holding me back? What are those things that, are causing me to play small, whether it's, again, fear, whether it's I don't want to make other people uncomfortable. I feel like I learned to love myself more. Like I said, prioritize myself more, and I feel like I learned to honor my creativity and honor my ideas and really honor my voice. And I think even starting this YouTube channel is a part of that process. As uncomfortable as this is right now, I want to commit to showing up and doing these little things that might seem silly, like starting a YouTube channel. But in the grand scheme of things, I actually think it's so much bigger than the channel. I think it's about, again, growing in your voice and, learning how to share your story and just be a voice of encouragement for people. And so I'm thankful for that. I have been doing videography for the past maybe 5 years. I've had a camera in my hand for the past 10 years. I started out in documentary photography, and that had just been the path I was on. I was at a women's conference, October 10th, 2020. I was doing photography for the event, and long story short, I go up, I get prayer. This lady prays over me, and she's like, hey, I know this might sound weird, but as you've been walking around taking photos, I feel like God is saying it's time to put down the camera and pick up the microphone. I'm a pretty weepy person, so I'm already just weeping. And she goes on and she says all this other stuff, and I was like, okay. So I go about the conference taking photos, and probably 30 minutes later, this other lady is praying over me randomly, and she goes, I feel like God's saying it's time to put down the camera and pick up the microphone. So again, I'm like, got it, bet, okay, loud and clear. And the conference is ending. This is probably 45 minutes later, and this other lady comes up to me very, very excited and essentially says the same thing. I feel like God's saying it's time to put down the camera and pick up the microphone. Again, I've had a camera in my hand on and off for the past 10 years, and so this was a big deal. However, also kind of exciting. I feel like the last maybe 2 years, I've recognized that, I was tired of the camera. I didn't really want to do this, but just didn't feel really permission to put it down. I think there was some fear in putting it down, again, because it's what I've known and it's what I'm good at and it's what pays the bills. And so God saying that was a huge kind of relief, but then it was 2 seconds of panic of well, shoot, what do I do now? What am I good at? What job can I do? And so we're still in that process. However, it has been very exciting to create space to dream again. I've been dreaming about directing again, and that's something that's a 10-year dream. And I think I put it down for a second because I was just focused on cinematography and video work. And so I'm dreaming again about being a director and what does that look like. And I'm dreaming again about writing. I tried my hand at script writing before, and it is hard, but partnering with people and writing scripts and writing stories. And so we shall see what happens. I have a friend who, used to always talk about keeping your plot of land beautiful. And I feel like that's my focus for 2021 of, yes, there's so much happening around us. There's so much unknown, so many things that we can't control. However, I don't want that to be my guide next year. I want to go into 2021 hopeful and, focused on making my plot of land beautiful. And that's, again, YouTube channel, that's podcast, that's loving on my friends and family. It's honoring my creativity and using my voice. And my next steps, it's posting this video and planning to post more. That's all I got. Thank you all for tuning into my very first YouTube video. Round of applause. I'm very proud and I'm very excited. I hope that you will like this video, subscribe to this channel, and there will be more. So I forgot to say, don't forget to download the workbook in the description below. It is such a great tool in helping you process 2020 before moving into 2021. You know, sometimes you just need someone to ask you the right question to get your thoughts flowing, and it's just tons and tons of questions that will help you do that. So once you fill it out, I would love to hear from you. So please shoot me an email or leave a comment below. Talk to you later.